This is swap speculations. Anything with trade. Y'all already know, man. I kept telling you, the Atlanta Hawks were gonna make moves. Trust in Salah. I kept telling y'all, trust in Salah. The Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks have finally made some progress to get Trae Young some help. Kristaps Porzingis has been traded to the Atlanta Hawks. Yes, I don't care what we gave up. George Niang, Terrence Mann, the number 22 pick. What is it? It doesn't matter. We got KP. We got somewhat of a star next to Trae Young, right? Kristaps Porzingis, right? We're supposed to get a second round pick, that they say. I don't know how true that is, but we're still hearing stuff about this trade. We're still hearing from different sources what could be added on to this trade. Terrence Mann and the number 22 overall pick that we did have, our own pick, that was Vita Lakers, is going to Brooklyn. So Brooklyn now has, 5 picks in the first round, which is crazy. And the Celtics, who got off Kristaps Porzingis and Jrue Holiday, that video is coming out too as well. They got George Niang and the 2026 second rounder. This is probably the biggest star of the trade era that we've had. Yes, you want to say DeJounte, but when healthy, who's better, right? When healthy, 20-point per game scorer, elite rim protector. We forget who Kristaps Porzingis is because of his health. We're not looking at Porzingis, Knicks Porzingis. We're not looking at, what he did on his 1 year on the Wizards, right? I mean, it's going to be a front court battle for sure in terms of who's going to start. People say they like Okongwu being at starting 5. He's just an undersized center. I love Okongwu, but he's just undersized. I have no issue with him coming off the bench behind a healthy Kristaps. But I do feel like Kristaps is going to eventually take over that starting role. Somewhere around January, February, All-Star break, trade deadline-ish, somewhere around there, New Year's, just to see how he runs with the first unit, right? And then they're probably going to move Okongwu back to the starting lineup to have Kristaps come off the bench. Similar to that finals run where he gave Boston a spark, essentially. I think this is a great move. Trust in Salah. Trust in Salah. Jalen Johnson, future All-Star. I think he should have been All-Star this year. Got snubbed. 2026 he's going to be All-Star. Zachary Richichet, he is the French Kevin Durant. I'm going to say it. The French Kevin Durant. The brother can absolutely shoot the lights out the ball. I mean, he's the next great wing in Atlanta. Now, we did all of this. We traded George Niang, Terrence Mann, number 22 pick. And we traded for KP without giving up that TPE, a.k.a. the trade exception, right? I absolutely love this. I'm going to keep saying it because you know my biasness towards the Hawks. We did all of this without giving up our trade exception, which means I don't think we're done. I don't think we're done at all making trades. I think a Ben Mathurin maybe. I think a Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I even think about a Luke Kennard. Any of these guys could be in that sign and trade or a trade exception. How about in the draft, since we have number 13, unless we trade up somehow and get into that top 7, top 8 range, if an Ace Bailey falls, I mean, hey, you just got to take him. But I like Derek Queen. I like Kaman Maluach. I like these brothers right here. Now, if a Rashard Fleming somehow falls to you in the second round, you take him. But I like Henson Yang, that Chinese 7-1 prospect. That kid right there is something special. Reminds me a little bit of Porzingis, ironically, in how his game can develop, right? We know Porzingis from the Tingus Pingus video when the Knicks fan didn't know who he was, right? We saw what this kid can do. Raw, upside, talent, potential. And in 3 to 5 years, we heard that he could be big time. Porzingis became big time in his rookie year. I'm not saying that Yang is going to be Porzingis, but when you look at their skill sets, I believe that he can fit right into the Hawks' long-term center position. If you don't want to keep Onyeka Okongwu long-term, just due to his he's undersized. But the roster outlook going into tomorrow's draft, which I'm going to say the 2025 NBA draft, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I will be at the Hawks draft party. If you're here in Atlanta, I will be there. Hawks Fan TV, shout out to them. They will be there as well. Shout out to Zach Langley with Hawks Latest, who gives us all of the Hawks latest topics. You go subscribe to his channel. He gives you everything Atlanta Hawks. We're still holding the number 13 pick, like I said. I did mention some names like Mathurin, Aaron Wiggins on OKC. I believe that he could be a guy. I did say Nickeil Alexander-Walker. If you want to target some other shooters, right? We did have Garrison Matthews. I don't know how he's going to want to come back. I do believe that a guy like a Luke Kennard, like I said, or you could even bring in, I don't know, dare I say a Sam Hauser if you want to circle back around to Boston and just see what his price is. But having that trade exception and then having AJ's trade exception and then having Cody Zeller's trade exception, I believe we can make some noise within now and free agency. We can make some noise, Atlanta. We can make some noise. So I'm loving this big four or this big five that we have now, or this kind of big six that we have. I like Trey, Jalen Johnson, Risha Shea, Dyson Daniels, Porzingis, and Okongwu, right? I love this. I think something is brewing in Atlanta. I do not think we are done yet. I don't think we're done yet. Like I said, the sweetener is we didn't have to give up number 13, and we still have our TPE, aka trade exceptions, but we still have the largest trade exception in the NBA. So how we're going to use it, I don't know. But I do know that the Hawks got better with this trade all around. When healthy, I think this team can go to the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone the NBA Finals next year. I think we have potential to win it all when healthy, especially if we make some more moves and go get a Mathurin, go get a Alexander Walker, go get a Luke Kennard, somebody that can play make and shoot threes. Luke Kennard, I'm going to mention him real fast, another player that has not averaged under 40% for only 2 seasons. The brother can absolutely shoot the lights out the basketball. I'm not making a comparison when I say this, but we've had somebody who can just catch and shoot. Kyle Korver, one of the greatest shooters of all time. I would even say the best set shooter, like the best catch and shoot set shooter of all time. So, do you think Atlanta's done? I don't think so. Onse Saleh or Onse Salah, I believe how you pronounce it. Our new GM is not scared to make moves. Yes, Hawks fans, we are hyped right now. We are hyped, but don't be too overhyped, because I do believe that the Hawks are gonna start making some moves, and we might not like we could trade Kobe Buckner away, even though he's been injury prone, but he still has potential. I haven't given up on him that much, but he still has potential. So let's just relax a little bit and let's just see where this goes from here until the draft tomorrow night, leading into free agency. This is Swap Speculations. Anything with trade. Y'all already know, man. I kept telling you, the Atlanta Hawks were going to make moves. Trust in Salah. I kept telling y'all, trust in Salah. The Atlanta Hawks have finally